if you do end up enjoying this episode, just leave a 5-star rating or a review. I do want to say, if you are watching this on video, I just now clicked record because I forgot. Yeah, I was just sitting here talking to myself. Great, good. But the video version will be available on YouTube. Everything is down below in the show notes. Yeah, let's get into it. And before we get into it, I want to ask you guys a couple questions. What do you choose to focus on in your daily life? Like, is it celebrities? Is it a show? Is it people around you? Is it you? What do you focus on? Like, what do you think gets all of your energy? What do you put on like a pedestal? What is very, very high in your life? Something you just pay attention to all the time. Focus on it. Is that thing taking up a lot of your energy? Like, are you doing a lot of things in your daily life that are taking up a lot of your energy? Ask yourself that. I want you to sit with that. Now, how can you take it back? And I'm not saying paying attention to things and, doing all of this is like bad. You need to take your energy back, right? But I do think as humans, we get very, very caught up and digested in a lot of things that don't truly matter, whether it be like a word or something someone said, feelings, a relationship, a show, like a reality TV show that's really stressing us out, things like that. I think we get very caught up in that nowadays, or in like a friendship or a relationship. And I just, at the end of the day, I'm going to teach you how you can call your energy back, especially when things get dark, right? Because I think I have gone through this my entire life, and I think I'm finally at a point where I alchemize very, very quickly, and I get myself back to a good light, good space very, very quickly, and I never used to do that. I used to have really, really bad coping mechanisms and everything. So to where I am today and how I can process things today and take things, it's very, very important to me. And I want to talk about that. And before I mentioned, I read this amazing Substack article on alchemy. And holy, I'm going to put it down below. Y'all need to go read it. It was really, really good. The author is like her page name or his, I don't know who wrote it. It's just like, I don't know if it's like a news. No, I don't even know how you would. It's just like maybe like a hidden blog. That's kind of what I would say. It's called The Heart of Beauty, and like the title is just alchemy. So look at that, but it will also be down below with the link. Really, really good. Really good read. Oh my gosh. And if you're watching, Stormy joined us and she's saying hi. Yes. She's been knocked out in my bed all morning. And the second I start filming, oh, she's here. Oh, okay, she's so tired. Anyway. And I want to say this before we get into, the deep things. There was this line that stood out in the Substack that really, really spoke to me in a way, because I feel like I've been doing so much grieving in my life constantly. Like I've had a really, really hard time, and you wouldn't even know, because I have learned how to get myself out the dark very, very quick and find the light in things and keep going, right? And that really is one of my greatest gifts, I have to say. It's crazy. But the line was, remember that there's room to grieve the death of the old as you blissfully embrace the birth of the new. No, thank you, Stormy. Thank you. I think that line, beautiful. 10 out of 10. Because a lot of the times when I would be going through processes or events that would be happening or moving on, doing new lessons within my life, I would sit here and mourn everything, like what I could have done, what could have been, just everything. I just sit there and I fixate on it, and I just, just put all my energy towards that, rather than being, okay, this is sad, I'm going to process this, I'm going to have the emotions, but what can I do now? Looking at myself as a whole now, looking, hey, what do I want? What do I want to do with these emotions? And what do I want to be? Do I want to sit here and just be sad and let this consume me? Or do I want to use what just happened and make it 10 times better? How can I do that? And truly, it works. And I do want to say, if you are coming into this and you're just like, oh, this is all just woo-woo, blah, blah, blah. Cool, fine. A little bit, yeah, fine. But it's also scientifically backed. Alchemy is a real thing. It is used. Oh my gosh, my cats are trying to sabotage me. Zeus is now coming over here too. Okay. Alchemy is scientifically backed. It is used in chemistry, science experiments, literally everything when it comes to rocks and minerals. Alchemy is everywhere. And I also it's one of those things that when people talk about astrology and they'll say, oh, I don't believe in astrology. Astrology isn't something you believe in. Astrology is not like a religion. Religion is something you believe in. It's something you have an opinion about. We don't know, what it is. Astrology is an ology. It's a study of something. Astrology predates humans. It's fucking old as shit. It's literally the study of something, the study of stars, the study of everything. I need to look into. I'm not really an astrologer, right? But it's the study of something. Alchemy is something that does exist, and it's more of so in a way that humans have elevated it over time. Because when it did start, it was, one of those things that it was like, oh, how can we use this in chemistry? And I have this written down. They do sulfur, which is the soul, mercury, the spirit, salt, the body. So you would use these in actual experiments and, the processes and the order, but you also use this in how we transmute our own emotions, our own thoughts, everything like that. You can use it in teas. Literally, alchemy is just a process of, I have it, hold on. I can't find it right now, but it is a process of taking one thing and making it a different thing, right? Usually a better outcome, a higher outcome. And you do transmutation when it comes to that with your energy, with your resources, whatever you're using. And to transmute is to change something completely from one form, nature, or substance into another, elevating a subject to a higher state. And it makes sense. Yeah, I can do this with actual hands-on physical things. But when people started actually thinking about it, they're like, damn, I actually can do this subconsciously. Subconsciously as well, right? Because we can. And I am getting really good at it. And as shitty as it is such a hard thing to try to do. But I think for me, it comes a little bit easier because I have just been this go-lucky-ass woman my entire, life. I've always been a heavy optimist. So it's been a little bit easier for me to be like, okay, well, hey, what can I do? What can I do? How can I move on next? Rather than I know there's a lot of people out there who don't see the world like that. And that's perfectly okay, but it probably is going to be harder for you to try to sit with yourself and deal with these emotions. And how can I change those? Because it's really easy to get stuck in one spot and be very one-sided and head-driven, I guess. Headstrong? Headstrong would be the right term for that. But something I've done is I've mastered the art of turning darkness into lightness. And like I said, I continue to go through so many dark things in my life that I would categorize as dark. And as I get older, in a way, it seems like when I go through it, I get to the point where I'm just like, I hate everything. What is this for? When is it gonna stop? And I used to just sit there and dwell on it, and it used to crush me. It used to just crush me because I never knew why this was happening to me. Why am I going through all of these horrible things? And then you get to the point where it keeps happening, but then I've done so much internal work along the way, and I continue to, that now I start to see the lessons and the reasons I go through certain things. And in the moment, no, I hate it. But I'm telling you, my bounce back is quicker. I had one of the most soul-crushing days a couple days ago, and you wouldn't even know. I've gotten myself to the point where I can dig myself out of a hole extremely quick. And I can see the beauty and the lesson in that. And take that with a grain of salt, because there are some things where it's not like that. But I'm talking on your own personal journey and the lessons we personally go through to elevate ourselves. And funny enough, my thing happened right after I don't know if you guys know, but there was a blue moon maybe like I don't know if it was last Sunday. I don't know when it was, but it was very, very recent. And I just remember standing under that blue moon with God, with my ancestors, with myself, and hey, coming to terms, what do I really want? And I think one of the things I prayed for was like, hey, I want every single good thing coming in for me. I want to be able to keep it. I want the foundation to be able to keep it. Like, give me the discipline, the knowledge. I want to learn. I want to put I want to be able to keep it. And then the next day, something happened, and I was like torn. And then a couple days, I really realized, I was like, okay, wait, no. I asked for my foundation to be solid when I keep these things, when I get what I want, and every single thing works out, my dreams, come to par. I asked for the foundation. I can't be mad if that foundation has to break in order for it to get stronger, because no, I didn't have it. I wasn't going to be where I wanted to be. If this opportunity, showed up, I wasn't going to be where I want to be. And I'm just like, work-wise, everything aligns. You have to learn how to spot the patterns, dare I say. I call them patterns. I think the same kind of buildup happens every single time, and I'm able to spot the patterns in maybe old friendships and old relationships and lessons I've gotten with work, with money, with cars. Literally, I think there's a lesson in everything, and I think I always am able to catch it. I get faster at catching it now. Like I said, whether it be people, places, or things. And how can you pick yourself back up time and time again, but make it more efficient and evolve yourself even more? Because I think a lot of the times when we go through something, we would rather turn inward and kind of self-destruct, kind of go through every single thing we did wrong, what we could have done, and we just kind of spiral at that point, and I don't think that's beneficial. It causes stagnancy and growth further on. So I want you, when you start going through things and the pain feels too much, there's a lot of darkness, maybe it's something somebody said, something that somebody did, something you wish you did, no matter what it be, how are you elevating through that? Are you sitting there and you're, not elevating, you're blaming it on you, you're taking yourself 3 steps back? Or are you sitting here and saying, yes, that fucking happened, but hey, why did this happen? I want you to go through every single angle, because that's what I do. I break down every single side, every single angle. I see it from, let's say if it's something between me and somebody else, I see it from their point, the subject's point, from my point. I ask for others' opinions sometimes, and I kind of go through every single thing that could have been done. And hey, why is this showing up in my life? Especially for me personally, I think a lot of the times I go through the same type of cycles because I don't learn them the first time. So it's I'll meet the same person over and over and over again, and they'll put me through the same type of lesson over and over. And it's how am I going to react? Am I going to catch it? Am I going to learn? Am I going to do better? Or I'll go through the same experience. Hey, what are you missing? And I always find what I'm missing. And it's funny because Michi is very much someone who clocks it before I clock it every single time, no matter what it is. He speaks life into me in a way. So it's by that point, a lot of times during the process, as he's telling me hey, why aren't you realizing this thing is toxic for you? Why aren't you realizing this behavior is not serving you? It's just hurting you even more. And I'll just sit in his face and be like, oh my gosh, you're hating. You're just pushing him away so much. And then it comes down to it, maybe if it takes a year, if it takes a couple months, and I finally come down to the realization, I'm just you shut the fuck up talking to me. Why are you always right? And I sit there and I'm just damn, why didn't I come to this realization? It was right in front of my face the entire time. I didn't. And I used to just sit there and I used to beat myself up, and I used to be well, why do I just let things happen in front of my face? Why do I just do this? I'm not slow. I'm not I'm very, very intelligent and aware, especially emotionally and everything. But it's I don't realize one of my biggest things I am a victim of, and I have in my whole life, when I want something really, really bad, I get blinded by every single thing around me. And that's just my own personal, I wouldn't say flaw, but a challenge that I go through and I have my entire life. And how can I break it? I'm going to keep going through things until I'm able to catch it, until I'm able to fix it, and also pick myself like pick myself up from it and move on and be able to be like, okay, hey, I learned from this. What can I do now? I made a TikTok and I think it was learn, grow, and move on, or like accept it, grow, and move on, something like that. And I think that is very, very important in our day of age because, like I said, I think we dwell on too much. I think when these lessons are given to you or you do go through really shitty things, I think you need to break down the good and bad, allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to grieve, and go through every single thing you need to. But also speak life back into yourself. Acknowledge the things that you did wrong or the things you did right, or, you know, every single thing that could have happened. Take that and carry it with you. You're not a bad person for certain things happening. You don't have bad karma. You're not getting punished. I tend to think I'm getting punished for everything. That's not the case. Hey, I look at myself now, I'm like, hey, I'm meant for so much more, and I will be so much more. So I have to go through things to be a better person, to have emotional intelligence, have emotional awareness, how to be able to recognize my own flaws and be able to grow from it, how to break cycles, maybe generational or not, how to stick up for myself when I need to, how to speak, how to be my own voice, how to be a warrior. And I think you gotta go through hell to get there. Not everybody gets it, but sometimes you might. And I instead don't want you to feel like you're being attacked from that, but learn how to alchemize it. Learn how to transmute that energy. Hey, how do I sit there? How do I make this lighter for me? For me, I do it visually. I'm going to be honest. A lot of the times I really just need to cool down. I'm going to be honest. Yesterday I had a really hothead day. A lot of things pissed me off. Like, and I'm talking to the point where I wanted to knock bitch's head off. Like, throughout the whole day, it's like there was always another thing after another thing. And then it was funny enough, that was the day I had already planned that I was going to do an episode on alchemy. And I, in turn, had to alchemize it. All that anger went straight to my fucking head. I got the quickest headache, extremely quick. The second I walked in this house, I was like, holy shit, I can't even see. I need to sit down. I literally just stared into the fucking bed, into the sheets for like 2 hours. I couldn't do anything. I had to sit there, and I know this probably, like, you don't have to do this, but I like to meditate. I just have to get quiet. I don't need no other sound. I just have to sit there and get quiet. Zoe, why are you mad? Zoe, what's happening? You're allowed to feel this. But understand you are acting off pure emotion right now. You really need to relax. Or I'll literally argue with myself, but I'm like, no, I need to say something. I need to fucking say something. Bitch, I've been waiting my whole life. And then another part's of me like, hey, but you kind of got shit on the line right now. You can't say something. You need to calm down. Like, I genuinely have to work out problems in my head and choose how I want to now perceive it. How do I now want to work through it? How do I want to progress? You know, what do I want to do? And it's helped not having, giving myself time to work through things rather than, I used to be so quick-lipped, maybe? I don't know. I kind of just spoke the second I had the thought, and a lot of the times it didn't get me in a good place. And I usually, in my turn, it's not usually out of anger, it's usually out of like emotion, and I'm like, why'd I say that? So I get to the point now where I sit with my thoughts. I sit with that anger, and I turn that anger, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes it's not even about making it a positive emotion. It's like, you know what, all this fucking anger, I'm gonna get so much fucking money for being this fucking mad. Every time I cry, I try to manifest something new. I'm sorry, you're gonna feel my fucking wrath. You're gonna feel my tears, whether it be good or bad. I'm getting something out of this. I'm getting something out of using my energy so fucking much. I'm gonna get something out of this, because energy is still energy, whether it be good or bad. It's still energy. It still can go somewhere, and you can still change it at the end of the day. You're that fucking angry. Okay, what do you really want? Redirect that bitch. Redirect it. How do you do that? It's alchemy is like a mirror of the human mind, the shadows, emotions, and flaws. Do you deal with it or do you not? Because I know a lot of people who don't deal with any of their shit. They're not the happiest people or the nicest people. Are you gonna deal with your shit? Because you are your biggest project. We're always sitting here, we're always thinking, oh, hey, what business do I need to open next? What do I need to prepare next? How can I make this perfect? How can I do this? You are the next project. You are the next focus. You are what you need to be putting your energy to. There's no better work than self-work. If nobody can knock you on anything, you in turn can create so much prosperity in every single branch of life, whether it be a new business venture, whether it be a new idea, a new cook, anything. Like, you pour into you, and you will reap benefits from pouring into yourself. You will. And I wrote some things. Oh, turning things into art. I think art has so much alchemy into it, because a lot of the times, a lot of people create art out of pain. Like, when it comes to poetry, when it comes to painting, drawing, a lot of people turn their pain into something beautiful. Art in every single form, is a great description of alchemy, I think. Breaking emotions down and giving them a new meaning. Oh, she mentioned this in the Substack. That also sounded really good. You can always go deeper, and you must. That stood out to me, because yes, you can always go deeper. I think a lot of the times I think I told you guys this in a couple episodes before. I always said, oh, I've learned from this. I kind of caught myself, and I told myself, hey, it's okay if I didn't learn from this. It's okay to say I'm learning from this. Like, I'm still going through this. I'm still processing this. It's okay to go deeper. Just when you thought you got deep enough in your emotions, go deeper. Go deeper, because there's more down there. There's more work you could be doing. There's more probably suppressed emotions down there. There's something you're not saying. There's probably always going to be something there. Go deeper. Go deeper. So when she said that, I keep saying she, when they said that, I don't know who wrote it. That's the first time I ever came across that page. When they said that in the Substack, it really, really stood out to me, because yes, like, the work's never done. And I perceive that it always internal, but it literally can be anything. The work is still never done. There's always going to be more to do. There's always ways you could better yourself, or better something, or elevate something, make it bigger, make it better, make it flashier, make it smarter, make it nicer. There's always something you can do. So yeah, that was today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And yeah, if you did enjoy, like I said at the beginning, leave a 5-star rating and a review. I love reading your guys' reviews. And my cat is trying to break out of the balcony. But okay, I love you guys so much, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye!